Hello everyone, welcome to Rubber Industry NewsHour. This is a program initiated by the Technobase. This is basically a weekly news program focusing on the trends in rubber and tire industries. We talk about rubber, latex, and tire industries. We cover all the spectrum of the rubber industry, but what are the trends? Basically, a news program. I would like to thankful to convey my sincere thanks to the supporting media, Rubber World, and you can be subscribing this magazine digital edition for free at rubberworld.com. It is one of the best magazines in rubber industry. But also Rubber and Tire Digest, it's jointly published by Technobase and Rubber World. You also can subscribe. The similar format of the magazine focus on the technical issues in the rubber and tire industry. Rubber Tire Digest.com. Both are available to subscribe for free in digital format. Please do so. And these news and it's basically the content is developed through these magazines as a rubber industry news hour. It's a weekly program every Monday at 4 p.m. Indian time or 6:30 p.m. Singapore time. We are here for the episode number 1, okay, and 17th January. So let me give you a quick intro to what is inside. What is this rubber industry news hour means? What we include. We have a business trends, what are the activities happening in terms of rubber and tire industry businesses, and also the technology trends, what the new technologies coming up in the rubber and tire. Of course, what are the research developments related to it. And we have a special program on the NR market review. It basically talks about the supply and demand, price structure of the natural rubber. And we have a special program like tips and tricks. These are basically do's and don'ts of the rubber industry in terms of the manufacturing, the processing of the rubber. And we have jobs and opportunities. What kind of jobs are available for the professionals in the rubber industries? We list out some of the available jobs every week we cover. And also we have the corporate videos and advertisements of the companies who are supporting part of this program. So this is a overview of the rubber industry news hour. You expect a business news, you expect a technology news, you expect research news, and also the market reviews and some technical issues on the tips and tricks. And finally, the last part will be the jobs. Okay, this is the structure of the program. We have a regular speaker and expert on the natural rubber market review by Mr. John Jacob. He is called the rubber industry analyst. He has more than 35 years experience in the reviewing, analyzing the markets of the natural rubber. Is well known, well experienced. He will be giving a short overview about every week, in this program. And we have rubber technologist, Dr. Samar Bandyopadhyay. I think many of you may know. He's a specialist on the compounding and testing related both for rubber and tire as well as non-tire industries. He'll be giving some tips and tricks. It's basically the do's and don'ts of the processing and to help you to do your things better, processing better. Okay, so he will be contributing on a regular basis in this program, Rubber Industry News Hour. Okay, let's talk about the what are the business trends in the rubber industry. Okay, and now I'm going to give you one by one various news and summaries of each news about the business related issues. Okay, first issue is about the Goodyear. Goodyear develops a 70% sustainable material tire with industry leading innovations. Actually, the company has made significant progress toward its goal of 100% sustainable material tire by 2030. Chris Helsel is a chief technology officer. He says they have set ambitious goal in 2020 to create a tire made 100% from sustainable materials in 10 years time. This 70% sustainable material the tire includes, there are 13 different featured ingredients across 9 different tire components. Let me tell you about what kind of materials they're using. They use 3 different carbon blacks that they are produced from methane, carbon dioxide, and plant-based oil. Initial life cycle assessment demonstrated either reduced carbon emissions compared with current methods of carbon black production or use of bio-based or waste feedstock resources. That's the first one. The second one is the soybean oil. The use of soybean oil is entirely significant Goodyear innovation that helps keep the entire rubber compound pliable in changing temperatures. Soybean oil is a bio-based resource that reduces Goodyear's use of petroleum-based products. While nearly 100% of soy protein is used in food animal feed applications, a significant surplus of oil is left over and available for use in industrial applications. This is one of the soybean oil used in the tire compound. Other one is the silica. The silica is an ingredient often used in tires to help improve grip and reduce fuel consumption. Goodyear's new tire contains a unique variety of silica produced from rice husk ash, a byproduct of the rice processing that is often discarded and put into landfills. A high quality silica has been produced from this waste ash and has been using that. The last one is the polyester based recycled from the recycled PET bottles. Polyester is recycled from plastic bottles and other plastic waste by reverting the polyester into its base chemicals and reforming them into a technical grade polyester feasible for tire cords. So that's about the Goodyear, how they develop 70% sustainable material tire, and they have a goal 100% tire made of sustainable materials within 10-year time. The next development and business trend is the Trelleborg. Many of you know that they launches online fluid power seal shop. The Trelleborg is a Sweden company has launched the seal shops online solution for fast and easy procurement of high performance seals and wear rings critical to the function of hydraulic components in fluid power applications. They have this 24/7 self-service platform for manufacturing and maintenance, repair, and operations. Customers allows them to place orders for a wide range of products such as rod and piston seals, scrapers, wear rings, and various types of O-rings. These products ship directly from Trelleborg Logistics Center, ensuring a quick delivery. Customers can search for products and access their invoice payment, order history, and shipment tracking all from this seal shop. This is a trend of digitalization for the seals that Trelleborg is doing. Now, the next issue we'll be introducing to you is that electrical two-wheeler, how they're doing in India. You may see that nearly 5 times increase in the sales in 2021 with more than 200,000 units, and they're expecting much more growth in 2022 with a lot of new players came in. This is due to the Indian government incentive policy, the FAME2 scheme. There is a huge increase in the sales of electric two-wheelers, particularly high-speed scooters. The shift from unorganized low-speed to organized high-speed scooters was sudden in 2021. The price gap is narrowed down due to the FAME, the scheme, subsidy scheme the government has given. There is a huge shift into high-speed scooters. There are established brands like Hero Electric, Okinawa, Purevi, Revolt, Ather, Ampere, Bajaj Auto, and TVS have shown significant growth. There are new players coming in starting this year: Ola Electric, Bounce Infinity, Simple Energy, Torque Motors. It will be a better performance in 2022. These developments will provide new opportunities for rubber industries who produce OEM auto parts. That's the reason why I'm giving this information is that we all talk about EV, electric vehicles. Electric vehicles, two-wheelers may be much more faster growth than the four-wheelers. And the Society of Manufacturers of Electric Vehicles is predicting 5 or 6 times growth compared to the 2021. So watch out for these developments on the electric two-wheelers growth in India. The next news is about focusing on the, I'm pleased to inform to all of you, probably know this person, Dr. Savar Dhanania, is officially the new president for the All India Rubber Industries Association, shortly called AIRIA. The AIRA is established in 1945, is an apex body for rubber industries in India and dedicated to promote its rubber industries. Dr. Savar has been unanimously elected as a new president for the 2021 and 22 in the annual general meeting held on the 29th December 2021. One unique about Dr. Savar, at the age of around 65 years age, in 2017, he completed his 5-year PhD program from IIT Kharagpur. Probably many of you may know this, the famous brand of cycle tires and tube, Silver Line, is founded by him. He is also a chairman of Rubber Board India under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So congratulations to Dr. Savar for being the president of the AIRA. We are hoping to cooperate with him and for the benefit of the Indian rubber industry. The next news is in the innovative developments and new silicone materials for the wearable devices from Shin-Etsu. Shin-Etsu Chemical is based in Japan. It has developed innovative electrophysiological dry electrodes and high elasticity wiring materials, which will be used to contribute to the achievements of superior performance characteristics for next generation wearable devices. These wearable devices enable remote measurement and transmission of a person's electrical biosignals, including such as vital signs as heart rate and electrocardiogram waveform, while a person is wearing this device on their body. They serve to help people to improve the health and fitness conditions and will help bring about earlier diagnosis and management of chronic diseases. By using these newly developed Shin-Etsu materials, a wearable device's function, fit, and ease of use is dramatically improved. This makes it possible to offer a higher quality of life to users who wear these devices. So these are the new materials from the Shin-Etsu which you can use for the wearable devices. A very interesting news I'd like to introduce to you all is the Michelin is getting ready to go to the moon with airless tire. A tire capable of resisting the extreme conditions at the lunar pole in order to make it easier to explore the lunar surface and allow a sustainable presence on the moon in 2025, ultimately on Mars. This is the aim of the Michelin R&D teams. The model that you see in prototype, this is an airless lunar tire fitted to the lunar vehicle. The Artemis program developed by NASA plans to send 1 man and 1 woman to the moon in 2025. The 2 astronauts will travel around a new lunar vehicle looking for a site suitable for setting up a base. In fact, the American Space Agency plans to build a base camp in this area, which will have a large amount of water ice. Participating in this adventure and accompanying these exploration works are in line with the Michelin purpose and with its passion for mobility. For the group, this is in fact an opportunity to acquire new knowledge in terms of mobility solutions and further stimulate Michelin's unique capacities for innovation in order to design an airless tire solution suited for the LTV, lunar, we call the LTV is a lunar terrain vehicle. In addition to the experience acquired during the previous collaborations with NASA, Michelin will rely on its expertise in high technology materials and on the know-how acquired in the development of airless solutions for the extreme application. That's a great news on the airless tires for the lunar vehicles. In terms of the business news, which I'd like to introduce to you all, is the last news today, is the establishment of Asahi Kasei, the airbag fabric in Vietnam. Asahi Kasei and Asahi Kasei Advanced have decided to establish Asahi Kasei Airbag Fabric Vietnam together with the Taijin Frontier for the manufacture of fabric for the airbags. Featuring exceptional strength, heat resistance, durability, and lightweight, Asahi Kasei's Leonore nylon 66 filaments have been adapted in various industrial applications, most notably as airbag and tire cord for the automobile industry. Vehicle airbags are major applications and contributing growth is forecasted as vehicle production rises in Asia, safety requirements become higher, and the number of airbags per vehicle also increases. As a manufacturer of materials for airbags, the Asahi Kasei Group has a manufacturing selling Leonore 66 filament, operating a joint venture with the Taijin Frontier, manufacturing fabric for airbags in China, and they are selling the Suven fabric as well. That's about the business news what we have today. I'm hoping that you find this useful, interesting. So this is an objective of this the business rubber industry news hour. Oh, there's one more news is on the Philips Carbon Black. They changed their name as PCBL. I think most of you know the Philips Carbon Black is one of the leading carbon black manufacturers. Starting the December 29, 2021, they're called as PCBL Limited. Okay, that's about the business news. Okay, now we get into the market review. I think I already mentioned to you, our expert is Mr. Jom Jacob. He's a specialist on the natural rubber market, and he got extensive experience, more than 35 years experience, not only in India, globally. He got full of knowledge. I invite him to come forward to share about changes, developments in the natural rubber market. Mr. Jom Jacob, please.
Thank you, Mr. Peram, and also the TechnoBiz Group for this wonderful program. And NewsHour is actually a very good, innovative program. In fact, actually, it's a need of the hour because we don't get enough time to go through the various magazines and newspapers, so we can get everything of 1 week in a nutshell. So he's serving the whole ocean in one glass of water. That's the beauty of this program. Thank you very much. Hi everyone listening to me from different parts of the world and also at different time zones. I'm joining you live from my hometown in the Kerala state of India. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll be giving a brief overview of the natural rubber market, what is the current situation and what can be expected in the short term. So coming to the natural rubber futures, the 3 major futures exchanges in Asia made gains in the last week compared to the 1 week before. For example, in the case of Shanghai markets, the May contract, which is the most active one, averaged 1.2% higher during the last week compared to the week before. And SICOM TSR20 averaged 2.5% higher during last week compared to a week before. And in the case of Osaka, RSS3 June expiry contract averaged 1.1% higher. So in all the 3 Asian major rubber futures, last week actually rubber prices gained about 1 to 2%. And the case of SICOM, it was 2.5%. And in the key physical futures, physical market, in the key physical market, not futures, physical market, SDR20 in Bangkok averaged 2.8% higher, 2.8% higher last week compared to the previous week. SMR20 Kuala Lumpur averaged 2.0% higher compared to the previous week. And RSS3 in Bangkok averaged 1.2% higher compared to the previous week. But when we come to the RSS market in India, which is which is one of the main RSS market in the world, in fact, actually, Indian price came down, and it was averaged during last week was 2.2% lower compared to the previous average. This is because of the increased supply in the domestic markets because of the favorable climates, and also at the other side, demand side, actually, tire companies were less active during the week. So Indian price came down. This is a sharp contrast to the trends in other parts of the world. Indian price averaged 2.2% lower during last week. And coming to the latex market, Bangkok latex averaged 3.4% higher, Bangkok markets. But in sharp contrast to the Bangkok market, Kuala Lumpur markets averaged 1.8% lower. So why Kuala Lumpur market came down? We have two reasons. One, Malaysian ringgit sharply depreciated. It is on a depreciation trends for the last few weeks. That could be one reason. Another reason, the week before, actually, the latex price had increased substantially. So the previous week fall could be a correction from the high rates attained in the previous week. So these are the major developments in the markets in terms of the changes in price. And what were the factors behind the price trends? So coming to the demand supply situation, last week, actually, the demand supply situation globally was almost balanced. There was no short supply. We haven't heard any shortage of supply, and also there is no excess supply. Almost a balanced demand supply situation. This was something noticed last week. And beyond supply and demand, there are factors influencing rubber prices. So we generally put them with the term non-fundamentals, which is not directly related to supply and demand, but there are other factors which may be having indirect implications on natural rubber supply and demand. First one is actually COVID-19 surge and reintroduction of the control measures in a number of Chinese provinces raised the concern about the recovery momentum of the Chinese economy. Chinese economy is very important for rubber because around 43% of the global demand for natural rubber is coming from China. So whatever happening in China is crucial for natural rubber market. So this is one thing. Actually, while other countries are not giving strict restrictions and control measures, China is different. China is putting strict control measures and movement restriction. And in some of the provinces, people were not allowed to leave the house also. This is a situation. This is one important development which has influenced the market sentiment during last week. And other thing, World Bank has scaled down its outlook on the world economic for 2022, and at the same time, IMF is likely to come out with a trimmed world economic outlook for this 2022. So 23rd of this month, IMF is supposed to release their revised outlook for 2022. So already there are indications that IMF is likely to trim the global economic outlook. So these negative news have influenced the investments. Actually influenced investor decisions in the futures exchanges, and whatever happened in the futures exchange have influenced the physical market also. Another major development was actually the US Federal Reserve is actually in the process of tightening its policies. Tightening policies mean another term which is commonly used is shifting from dovish policy to hawkish policies. Means the policies are going to tighten. At the end of this month, the US Federal Reserve is going to have another meeting. In that meeting, Federal Reserve is likely to go for sooner and faster policy tightening. So this is actually IMF, US Federal Reserve is going for a hawkish policy. That news is actually dominating market sentiment. What is the implication means interest rates are going to be higher, and the dollar is going to be stronger. So interest rate is likely to be higher means borrowing cost is going to be or cheap money is going to be more expensive, or borrowing cost is going to be higher. And the dollar is stronger means investors in the commodity markets will be less. Investments in commodity markets will be less attractive once the dollar is more stronger. Is stronger. So a stronger dollar and a higher interest rate both are factors dissuading investors from the speculative market. So, and also high inflation is another factor. So we had a balanced demand supply situation last week. At the same time, a set of factors which influenced the sentiment in the market. This was the summary of the market last week. Looking ahead, world supply of natural rubber is entering into a period of low supply, coinciding with the wintering of rubber trees. Wintering has some parts of the world. Winter means the leaf are actually shedding. Rubber trees are shedding leaves, and the fresh young leaves are coming. So wintering season usually start by the end of January or the first half of February. So at the moment, market has a feeling that world supply is going to enter into a seasonal short supply season. So this will have some positive influence on the market in the short term. Maybe next 2 or 3 months, world supply will be lower because of the seasonal shortage arising from the wintering of rubber trees. And during the wintering season, what happened? The lattice processing factories, they will have difficulty in sourcing the raw material. So what they do, they will encourage farmers to sell the produce in the form of fresh lattice rather than selling the produce in the form of kapila. So what they do to encourage farmers to do so, they'll be offering a premium price during this particular season. So this is very common, especially in the case of among the Malaysian rubber lattice processing factories. So that means a short term, the seasonal shortage will be more advantageous to the lattice market rather compared to other forms of natural rubber. Then at the same time, we have to consider that the demand side. There's one important factor. China is entering into a nearly 7 to 10 days long holiday coinciding with the Lunar New Year, which is on 1st of February. So from the first week of February, almost all manufacturing activities in China will be closed down, and the market will be a dull market because there won't be any buyers from China during that particular week. So this is short term what is going to happen for the supply and demand. And as I mentioned earlier, in the short term, we will be expecting the dollar gaining further strength, because US Federal Reserve is going to have a meeting at the end of this month. Usually ahead of the meeting, the speculative traders in the foreign exchange, forex traders will be anticipating and betting on the potential outcome of the meeting. So from now onwards, we will be having for the next 2-3 months, dollar may be strengthening, and a stronger dollar is not good for commodity market in general, and natural rubber is no exception. Looking into the crude oil market, in the first half of January, crude oil prices increased 12% from $77 to $86 per kilogram per barrel in the last 15 days. It's a 12% increase in 15 days is something abnormal. And according to forecasts, crude oil prices are likely to stay high. In fact, actually, efforts made by US and China to cool the oil market by releasing reserve stock also could not find any positive impacts. That means oil prices are going to increase further. It's already at $86. According to one particular forecast, oil price can reach in the short term up to $100. But this is not only one particular group, not widely reported by, widely anticipated by other agencies. So that means anyway, we are expecting a further rise in crude oil prices. Always when oil price goes up, rubber normally gets a support. And that what we are foreseeing right now. We have a mix of factors. We have negative factors, seasonal shortage, oil price going up. At the same time, we have positive factors, seasonal shortage in supply, and also higher oil price. At the same time, we are anticipating some of the negative factors also. Negative factors like a stronger dollar and long holiday in China. So we have a mix of positive and negative factors. When we have a mix of positive and negative factors, speculative investors in the commodity futures market will be they are unable to take a strong decision. They will be almost indecisive. Indecisive means that they will be buying or selling. They are unable to take long-term position. So we can expect something kind of either an erratic movement of rubber prices in the futures markets, or some kind of a sideways movements, because we can't expect a upward trends, a strong upward trends or a downward trend in the short term. This is what we can expect for the market in the short term. Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jom Jacob, for giving a report on what is happening on the natural rubber market. I see you next week at the same time for the new news update on the natural rubber market. Thank you very much. So I'll show you, probably you met or seen this person as Mr. Chip Lippincott. He's a publisher and the president of the Rubber World. The Rubber World is the one of the best, probably the best magazine in the world. And if you are a technical guy, I do encourage that you should read their magazines. He has sent a message about giving us the journey of the Rubber World. Let me show you his video.
Hello everybody, I'd like to introduce myself to you. My name is Chip Lippincott and I am the president and publisher of Rubber World magazine. A little bit of history on Rubber World. It was started 133 years ago in 1889, originally titled India Rubber World and Electrical Trades Review. Primarily we were serving the domestic markets, domestic readership. However, an important part of the magazine early on were the various updates from different associates as they traveled around the world and would report back. Of particular interest in the early days were the news and the stories from South America and Southeast Asia. At the time, the publication news was covered equally between both suppliers and manufacturers, but always, even early on, special attention was given to the latest technological advances in the rubber industry, and that remains the case today. My involvement in Rubber World can probably be traced to 1972, when my father, Joe Lippincott, left a competitive rubber industry publication called Rubber Age, which is based in New York, and moved to Akron to become the vice president of sales at Rubber World. Over the next 10 years, he served in that position, and in 1982, he and a partner who also worked at Rubber World bought Rubber World magazine from the owners of the publication at that time, Bill Communications, which was the owner of several trade magazine publications, Rubber World being their only one serving that industry. My career can probably be traced back to 1994 when I started as a sales manager, calling on advertisers. In 2013, I was named president and publisher of Rubber World and our other three publications, which are under the umbrella of Initial Publications. Initial Publications serves the wire and cable industry, the fastener industry, and the wire forming industries. Today, Rubber World magazine publishes 26 different publications. Included in that group are 12 monthly issues of Rubber World, 6 issues of Rubber and Tire Digest, 2 directories, the Blue Book, which is a directory of materials specifically designed for the compounder, and the Rubber Red Book, which is more of a buyer's guide dealing with equipment, materials, and also a directory of rubber product manufacturers in North America. We also publish 3 daily show newspapers for the IEC, the International Elastomer Conference, which is held each year, called the Show Daily. In addition to that, we publish a guide of exhibitors at the IEC called Our Spotlight. In addition to all these publications, we do maintain a very strong online presence and publish our magazine and other items digitally as well. They can all be found on our website at rubberworld.com. The magazine is free to subscribers wishing to receive it in digital format, and it's a paid subscription to print subscribers. So I encourage you all to visit the website and sign up for the magazine if you currently don't receive it. In addition, we have a free email news service which can be signed up for and receive the daily news in your inbox each day. We also publish news on our website each day, as well as offering a significant number of books serving the industry and archived issues of Rubber World magazine from several years back. So I encourage you all to visit our website, rubberworld.com, and explore all that we have to offer. Thanks very much.
Okay, that's a message from the Mr. Chip Lippincott. He is the man behind the Rubber World, and it is, I think I wanted to highlight that it is, I think it's a 134 years old magazine, the oldest magazine in the rubber industry. Please do subscribe rubberworld.com. Please subscribe for the digital edition of the magazine. I think many of you have been members of our Rubber group, Rubber Network, WhatsApp group, and I'm just showing off here. This in front of Rubber News, our Rubber Industry News Hour. Basically, we introduce our schedules or the registration links through our Facebook or by the WhatsApp. So please, scan this QR code. I encourage you to be the member of Rubber Network so that you get updated on our activities, and also get a regular, every week you get a link to how to subscribe, register for this program on the Rubber Industry News Hour. Now we move into the technology trends. What are the new technologies? In these technologies, first I will show you the HF Tire Tech Group, their Cure Master, TBR Cure Master, the curing press. Let me show you the video on it.
What does accuracy mean? A sense of perfection, low use of power, low and easy maintenance, a 67-inch machine that fits on a 62-inch base. Fully automated mold height adjustment. Constant low energy consumption. A reliable system. A modular design with light components and easy handling. Accuracy is the basis for precision. Because precision is the ability to reproduce accuracy. The HF CureMaster. The definition of precision.
Okay, that's about the CureMaster technology. If you're interested, you can always check the more information on this technology from the HF Tire Tech Group. I'd like to introduce a new technology on the tester for the tire tread compound. This is by the VMI LAT100. It's a dynamic test. They launched this new feature for the LAT100 dynamic test. It's basically the tire tread compound tester. Is a fully programmable machine and now focuses on the boosted platform for simulation of tire road condition in the laboratory. These new dynamic functions allow software to alter test parameters of load, speed, and slip angle simultaneously with the traveling distance during the test. This enables a substantially reduced testing time and provides a relatively steady situation in the contact area. Thus, the accuracy is enhanced by the omitting the inherent noise factors of the experiments due to the travel distance of rubber on the track. The new dynamic testing procedures have been developed by Dr. Saleh in cooperation with the Twente University in Netherlands and are applicable for any test procedures, surface conditions, dry, wet, ice, and test tracks. The results were in strong correlations with the real tire testing on the road. This is about the latest development of VMI tire tread compound tester. If you're interested, you can always check the website of the VMI. Now we move to the research trends, focusing on what are the research trends. Let me introduce about the latest research trend. This is from the Georgia Institute of Technology. The rubber material holds a key to long-lasting, safer EV batteries. Georgia Tech engineers have solved common problems: slow lithium-ion transport and poor mechanical properties using the rubber electrolytes. For EV vehicles to become a mainstream, they need cost-effective, safer, long-lasting batteries that won't explode during use or harm the environment. Researchers at the Georgia Institute of Technology, this is a Professor Soon-Woo Lee, left side, and colleague of him, Michael Lee. They developed this a more cost-effective, safer, solid polymer electrolyte. These researchers found a promising alternative to conventional lithium-ion batteries made from a common material, rubber. Elastomers, synthetic rubbers, are widely used in consumer products and advanced technologies such as wearable electronics, soft robotics, because of the superior mechanical properties. The researchers found that the material, when formulated into a 3D structure, acted as a superhighway for fast lithium-ion transport with superior mechanical toughness, resulting in longer charging batteries that can go further. In conventional lithium-ion batteries, ions are moved by a liquid electrolyte. However, the battery is inherently unstable. Even the slightest damage can leak into the electrolyte, leading to explosion or fire. The safety issues have forced the industry to look at these solid-state batteries, which can be made using inorganic ceramic materials or organic polymers. Professor Lee, an associate professor, he says that most of the industry is focusing on building inorganic solid-state electrolytes, but they are hard to make, expensive, and are not environmentally friendly. Solid polymer electrolytes continue to attract great interest because of their low manufacturing cost, non-toxicity, and soft nature. However, conventional polymer electrolytes do not have sufficient ionic conductivity and mechanical stability for reliable operation of solid-state batteries. These Judge Institute of Technology engineers have solved common problems using the rubber electrolytes. The key breakthrough was allowing the material to form a three-dimensional interconnected plastic crystal phase within the robust rubber matrix. This unique feature has resulted in high ionic conductivity, superior mechanical properties, and electrochemical stabilities. This rubber electrolyte can be made using simple polymerization process at low temperature conditions, generating robust and smooth interfaces on the surface of electrolytes. These unique characteristics of the rubber electrolytes prevent lithium dendrite growth and allow for faster moving ions, enabling the reliable operation of solid-state batteries even at room temperatures. Rubber has been used everywhere because of its high mechanical properties, and it will allow us to make cheap, more reliable, and safer batteries. The researchers are now looking at ways to improve the battery performance by increasing its life cycle time and decreasing the charging time through even better ionic conductivity. So far, these efforts have been a 2-time improvement in the battery's performance cycle time. I do encourage all of you to follow the Judge Institute of Technology for update on this research. It's a very interesting research on new applications for the rubber materials into the EV batteries. Okay, let's see about this research. We have another research development given by the Dr. Vinod Thomas. He's a principal scientist at the Rubber Research Institute of India. He has developed with his team together a method for the quick preparation of NR sheet rubber. Let me open his presentation before I invite him so that he will brief about his innovation practices about the quick method preparation for the NR rubber sheet. Okay, Dr. Vinod, please come forward to share.
Yeah. Shall I start?
Go ahead.
Hello.
Proceed.
Shall I start?
Proceed, Dr. Vinod.
Please. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Param, for this opportunity. The presentation is on a quick method which enables to produce sheet rubber within 24 hours of time. The rubber plantation industry in India is predominantly owned by smallholders having an average area of less than 0.5 hectares. They prefer to prepare sheet rubber of grade RSS4 because of many reasons. One reason is they can dispose the quality sheet at any time and can get a reasonably good price. Of the 10 lakh farmers in India, more than 80% is having an average holding size of 0.5 hectares, which caters their daily need. In many instances, farmers are prompted to dispose partially dry sheets, resulting to fetch an unimaginable low market price. In this context, a new method was standardized for quick sheeting and producing quality sheet rubber. So this was achieved by certain modifications to the conventional method. Even though it is minor, but it is very crucial, modifications were carried out in the lattice coagulation process, then comes in the sheeting as well as in the drying, so that the drying of the sheet can be reduced to 24 hours. So the technological properties of the sheet produced out of the new method was compared to the conventional sheet and found that all are comparable. So the major advantage of the new method, that is the time taken for primary processing. We can, that is coagula preparation as well as drying of coagula. We can save 90% by time for coagulation and 75% by time saving for drying. Net benefit is processing time can be reduced from 5 days by conventional method to 1 day by the new method, and the cost for primary processing also can be reduced by 20%. So these are the advantages with the new method over the control. So the highlights: the method described is novel, robust, rapid, and cheaper. The sheet produced conforms to the standard technological properties. Quality sheets helps to fetch higher farm gate price. Less mold growth was observed on the sheet produced by the new method compared to the conventional one. Then the effluent management may be easier, and this area of research is to be intensified. Improvement of sheet quality of Indian rubber is envisaged. So this new system can be considered as an E3 system. One is energy efficient, economical, and eco-friendly. So immediately after the standardization, we started a field level evaluation which is going on. That's a part of scaling up and revalidation of the new procedure. For field evaluation, we have identified 12 interested marginal farmers in Kerala, and these farmers were trained and now capable to produce quality sheet rubber within 24 hours easily. So our next step is to get the feedback information from the farmers and present this scientific information in front of the scientific advisory committee of the rubber board for recommendation. Thank you. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thank you very much.
So that's about the developments on the dry sheet rubber, how shorten the time for the making the natural rubber sheet. You have a quick advert here introducing to you all of you. There is Advances. This is a company based in India with a testing facility. If you're interested in their services, they offer the static, dynamic, and fatigue tests. You can always reach to them with this advances.com or info@advance.com. Okay, they are specialists on the testing. Okay. If you're looking for rubber processing additives, I do encourage you to reach out to the Pokraj Additives. They supply and manufacture the dispersion agents, lubrication agent, chemical peptizers, physical peptizers, homogenizing agent, tackifiers, plasticizer, curative dispersions, mold release agent, mold cleaning agents. Please check the website pokrajjinkulet.com, or you can reach out to the Mr. Narayan Masan at pokrajjinkulet.com. That's about the advertisement on the Pokraj Additives and also Advances. There's Advanced Scientific and Engineering Services. Let me show you the advertisement of the company. There's a Holdwell components. We're participating in this rubber industry NewsHour. There's basically the one-stop solution for all elastomeric needs. Please stand by. Okay, that's about the various advertisements and these companies who are supporting this rubber industry NewsHour as advertisers. Okay. We are going to the next part of the program, which is tips and tricks by the focusing on the butyl rubber compounding. This session is taken by Dr. Samar Bandyopadhyay. As I mentioned to you, Dr. Samar is a well-experienced rubber technologist with probably 34 or 35 years experience in rubber compounding, testing, supporting Indian and many customers across the world. He'll be sharing some of his ideas on the related to the butyl rubber compounding. Dr. Samar, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Piram. First of all, my sincere thanks to you for giving me the opportunity to speak in the NewsHour. This is a wonderful initiative taken by you. Today we'll be talking about butyl rubber. Butyl is a very useful rubber, and it's a special purpose rubber. Why it is special purpose? Because it serves some special application like air impermeability, air, gas, or any type of water, everything it will keep inside it, nothing will pass out. And that's why butyl is used in many rubber products like pharmaceutical stoppers to keep the pharmaceutical products inside the bottle, and the cap is made of the butyl rubber so that the cap does not allow the material inside to come out, and it stays for a long time. Apart from pharmaceutical stoppers, butyl is also used in the automotive tubes and bladders. So in the butyl is having the compatibility of the paraffinic type of oil. But people in the industry, if they by mistake they use the aromatic oil in the butyl compound, what happens that if the compound comes to the mill, the butyl rubber with aromatic oil, the oil is not compatible with the rubber, so oil will try to come out of the rubber, and this is called oozing out of the oil from the butyl compound. And in the mill, you will find typical sounds as if the rubber is weeping or the rubber is crying. Since the material is not compatible with the oil is not compatible with the rubber, the oil does not stay inside the rubber and it comes out. So butyl, you will never ever use the aromatic oil. If you use by chance aromatic oil, this type of phenomena you are going to get. The most compatible oil for butyl is the paraffinic oil, and in a case where you have no paraffinic oil, you can go for naphthenic oil, but never ever the aromatic oil. So this is the number one tip I am sharing you. The second tip, the butyl compound is also used in bladders, and while compound mixing is done for bladder compound in the Banbury, many times it happens that the bladder compound gets stuck to the discharge door of the Banbury. So what are the tips we give here? First of all, the resin which is used for the bladder curing or the bladder cross-linking, this resin must not be used as such. The resin should be properly packed inside the EVA bag so that the resin does not get affected by the moisture. If if the resin is kept open, moisture will come across the resin and the resin will get solidified. The powder resin will get solidified. In fact, the resin, when the manufacturer gives the resin, this is called methylol phenol formaldehyde resin, and the resin is in solid lump form. and these lumps are broken in the ball mill or the colloid mill, and they made fine intimate powder. Now, if this powder is kept open, the powder is going to attract moisture and there will be cake formation, and again lump formation will take place. So you must not keep the resin in open condition. It should be in a closed container, and while you take the resin for compound mixing, you take it in a EVA bag, so that when you put the this resin material inside the mixer, it comes out as a total material together, not as you dump inside as a powder material. So scattering of the material will be less, and sticking also will become less. This is first tip. Second tip, if by chance the batch does not come out and batch becomes stuck to the discharge door, the discharge door opening time you have to increase. Otherwise, if you keep the discharge door time fixed, then the compound may get stuck and the discharge door will try to close, and again it will be badly stuck. So if the compound gets stuck to the discharge door, you must cool down the discharge door temperature, and present mixers are having this cooling facility of the discharge door, and the batch can come out from the mixer by cooling down the discharge door. So this is second number tip. And the third tip, if in the same mixer you are going to mix the butyl rubber as well as other rubbers like natural rubber or SBR or other general purpose rubbers, then you have to be very, very cautious, because the general purpose rubbers like natural rubber, SBR, polybutadiene, they are highly unsaturated, and the butyl is very less unsaturation. In case of butyl, the unsaturation is 1 to 3%. And in case of natural rubber, it is 100%. In case of SBR, 75%. Polybutadiene also 100%. So butyl and these rubbers are not compatible to each other. There is always a curing difference. And natural rubber compound or SBR compound will get faster curing, whereas the butyl will get a slower curing. And if you mix the butyl compound, then you go for clean out, and clean out will be done first by the butyl clean out batch, and then for mixing the natural rubber or the SBR compound, you have to run a natural rubber clean out batch. And how you identify the clean out batches? The butyl clean out batch will be identified by blue color, and the natural rubber or other NR-SBR containing batch, it should be having green color. So you properly identify the clean out batches, and from butyl to natural rubber mixing, first butyl clean out followed by natural rubber clean out, and then you go for natural rubber mixing or any natural rubber SBR or polybutadiene mixing. Similarly, when you transit from natural rubber to butyl, what you do, first you clean out by natural rubber clean out batch, then you go for butyl clean out batch, and then go for butyl batch mixing. And these clean out batches, they have a life. After 5 number of usage, you have to scrap these clean out batches. Maximum 5 clean out you can make with a clean out batch. So these are the different tips today we have given for the butyl rubber. Thank you very much, and thanks, Peram, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Samar, for giving valuable ideas and suggestions on the butyl rubber compounding. Thank you very much. So the next section, as the last part of this program, is in the talent search, which is basically giving an opportunity. What are the jobs available? Okay, talent search is a techno-based initiative, basically offering service on if some companies are looking for people. They can reach out to us and we can help you out in getting the right people for you. And also, if anybody is interested in looking for jobs, you can also reach out to me. This is the objective of the talent search. Today, I give you some information about what kind of jobs are available. Okay, and every week I try to find from various sources. Some are directly come to me, some are, some may not be, but I'm trying to collect the various information. These are the, jobs available, particularly in India. Okay, in Goodyear, Tire and Rubber, there are quite a number of jobs. You can reach out to them through. You can apply through the LinkedIn. You can look for their company and apply for a job. And also there is a company called Alpha Technologies. As you may know, this is the company produces the RPA, rubber testing. They're looking for the global marketing communication manager based in USA. This is some of the positions. So we have another one is Egypt. It's a company called Ataya Construction Company. This post is basically from the Mr. Sai Sesidiran, an operation manager there at Ataya, based in Egypt. He published in the LinkedIn. I took the information from his posting. They're urgently looking for a production supervisor and rubber technologies engineers, production and quality engineers, and the rubber machine operators. You can see the various, they're looking for very experienced people. And also you must be good in English, have good communication skills. They provide you the accommodation, transportation, also the facilities at the factory. If you're interested in this position, any of these positions, you write to the Sai, sai.cicero@egypt.com. I hope this, these opportunities will, if you are not participating or not useful to you, you may pass this information to some of your colleagues or some of your friends who might be looking for jobs. Okay? That's about it. I want to introduce to you all of you, about the education program that we offer, Executive Diploma 360 degrees, focusing on the rubber industry, technology and management. This is basically aimed for the non-tire rubber product industry. I will show you if you are looking for improving your skills, but this is for the people who are in the industry, not for the students, but you must have a certain experience, at least 2 to 3 years experience in the rubber industry, then only it is useful. As I said, it's a 360 degrees. It covers a broad range of subjects with the technology and management. Let me show you the quick video on it. What is in there? We just announced the registration for this program. Please have a look. Okay, that's about the the executive diploma program that we offer. This program is, again, I repeat, this is for the people who are in the industry. You can also join, even if you're working currently, but you like to join this program, you can join. There is a flexibility in the time. And also, if you're owner of the company, or you're a son or a daughter, you want them equipped with this, multiple skills on the technology side and the management side, this is a program for you. Or even, as I mentioned, who benefits, it has clearly mentioned who benefits this program. But you must have some basic knowledge on the rubber processing, then only it's useful. It is not aimed for the people without any knowledge on the rubber processing, but it improves the current skills on both the technology side as well as the management aspects of it. We have lots of books on the rubber industry publication. I'd like to show you what kind of books are available. At the end of the day, knowledge is important, as you already know. We are one of the, Technob is one of the publishers in publishing books aimed for the rubber industries. I will show you the video on what kind of books are available and how you can order them, please. Okay, that's books about the books. Again, I repeat, if you are interested in these books, you can go to our website, store.technobiz.org. See, this is our YouTube channel. If you are interested to check this video again, you can always go to our YouTube channel, Technobiz channel. You can hear this. I will be uploading this one in the next, probably in a few hours time. Please check our YouTube channel, Technobiz. For any further information, assistance you need, you can always reach out to me. There are advertising opportunities are there. Or if you have any news that is good for the industry to know about it, you can share to me, and we will post in next week program. We'll keep you updated on this the rubber industry news hour with what trends, in the business trends, in the technology, and also some tips. So it's not just only the new things, but also some ideas for you to improve your process. I see you next week. Thank you all for joining this session. This is a TechnoBase managing the rubber industry NewsHour. Thank you all. Bye bye for now.